Alright then, continuing with the July 1st early afternoon play. And we are ready for another draw. I want to make note though that the one-time combat shit has not been pulled or moved on over because there was no combat. The Buford's Cavalry was able to boogie on. So let's go on with our next command shit. Feels like there's maybe only a couple of them left in there. We will see. So the next initiative goes to the U.S. side, the Union, and it is Buford and his cavalry. All right, let's see what goes on here now. Do we have any command shits for Buford? No. Does the Ewell command shit override? Can I put the Buford shit aside? Do I even want to put the Buford shit aside? All right, let's me look here real quick on the Ewell chit. Ewell command chit, and it says may be used once per turn on turns 2 through 4 in place of any one. Okay, he's the one with the caveat. It's got to be the second corps. So I think that's it for anybody else. We will move Buford's. Oh, that's right. They don't have a command track over here. They have a printed movement value of 10. So there you go. That's kind of unique to the cavalry units. What do you want to do with Buford? There's a little bit of a roadblock. He's blocking our way. So we'll see what's up. Oh, we've got more units there too. Oh, and another thing we got to keep in mind is that, let me pause it real quick. To be activated as part of the formation, pick any one unit of that formation and trace a formation command range of no more than 4 hexes from that hex. So we're thinking, little boys are out of range. We're gonna have to find out what the effects are on what the penalties of that'll be. We'll be right back. Yeah, in this game, and it's real, a little bit of realism and a little bit of what the tactics were in a day. You had to stay close to your headquarters. And a lot of those games we play online, they got an actual headquarters unit. And this one, he's representing that by everybody staying within 4 hexes of each other. You gotta keep that in mind. And well, the thing of it is, you have to be 4 hexes from the last guy out. And I don't know if it's movement range. Let's count it out here real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4. I say he's one short. 1, 2, 3. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. These two guys are always in command range of each other. He's out. Now, to signify that, you have out of command. If you want to do it even more, you can have these two in what's called a command formation within 4 hexes. This little boy's got to get out, or these little boys got to come on up. We will see what the penalty is on that. We'll be right back. Penalty ain't all that severe. The only penalty for that out of command unit is he cannot attack, even if adjacent to a unit. Oh, and another thing is they got to have couriers running back and forth there, so that 4 hex range is subject to terrain effects. There you go. There you go. So more game mechanics. We'll be right back. All right then, Buford's Cavalry, the first one to engage the enemy in the late morning hours of July 1st. Getting with it here in the early afternoon, and they're our first little line of defense against the Confederates. We're going to have them consolidate, number 1, to get them into command range, but I think that might be a secondary to just number 1. We want these 2 units here to survive. So let's go ahead and consolidate them, and instead of him moving towards them, we'll have them move towards him. We got infantry here that's already blocking the road. So we're going to swing our cavalry down south and stop these units here. Keep in mind, we have these units coming up too, so we'll be right back with 10 movement points. All right then, with that big old movement allowance, we got the cavalry to get together, even with going up and down those hills. Now, going up those hills is a +1, so it'd be like just for an example. Oh, what did I hit? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So instead of being 1, 2, 3, 4, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. You don't count it going down the hill. So there they go. They are there. A whole a whole 1 attack factor with those two. So the cavalry's pretty. I wouldn't think they'd be that ineffective. What do I know? There they are, ready to get the heck out of the way, and we have some. What my favorite word is of the week: redundancy. And another unit behind him. And what's even better is he's on a hill. So if they do fail to get out of the way, but we want to slow them down. So that'll take care of Buford's. Chit. Oh, we put him. We'll put him over here. Yeah, because he goes back in the cup. We'll check Buford on out here in a second, but get ready for another, or the last chit draw. Let me see. Oh no, there's a couple of them in there. So we'll come back, drawn from the command cup. All right, next chit to be drawn in our game. Like I said, I don't know if there's 1 or 2 of them left in here. I guess there is. Oh, there's 2. All right, let's see what we got going on. It is early. So the next turn will be the Confederates. And early does have himself some artillery. Early does not have a chit. That is for, who is that? Ewell. Okay, getting my E's mixed up. Early coming down here, he will not have a die roll modifier for his arrival. But I think historically he got lost. I do believe it's one of the things about his name is Early was late. But we'll see what goes on with old Early. And put him next to his little marker here and roll for Early's command. Early shits the bad. Oh, Early. Well, there he comes. He only gets 4 movement factors under Early. And we'll put him right here. But Early does have artillery if he wishes to engage. And we have not had any engagements yet. Combat round taken. Markers are empty for both sides. We'll see what we want to do with the 4 movement points for Early. Not much, but he will get a reinforcement march bonus on the roads. 1 quarter per hex. All right, Gordon's brigade seems to be the cream of the crop on Early's corps with that 5 tactical. They're all 2s on their attack factors, or rather their combat rating. But they are 5, so we'll get them up there ASAP. Now they do have 4 more hexes they can move. That is 3 taken up with their reinforcement bonus, reinforcement march. It means they're probably double timing. They cannot end their turn next to a unit. So we get a little bit of a breather, I guess, before they get into combat. Now what do you do with them? Do you come in here and cut these boys off here? Do you get yourself stuck between 2 armies? If I was the general, I'd be wanting to stop some of this reinforcements coming on in. These boys will be stuck with it. I don't know. We don't see anybody else coming on board. Oh, here you go. Yeah, they come from that way, so I believe we will go. He gets 4 more hexes. 1, 2, 3. We'll stop him right there. We want to be in town and get any kind of bonus. But that's Early, and Gordon's brigade will stop. We can get another one up there with him. We'll go ahead and give him, let me see who, they're all pretty well the same. So there you go. Stack the weaker one on the bottom. That will be Hayes and Gordon. And the buildings on the south side of Gettysburg. Gonna try to stop reinforcements to come in. See if we can't isolate the First Corps. Alright, these old boys can come up too. We'll just move them. 1 hex behind. You can't get, well, you know what we might need to do? Well, we gotta stay 4. But let's go ahead and see if we can't get these boys here with some good cover. Yeah. We'll be back. And then Confederate players saying thank God for reinforcement march. And that really extended them on out there. They got their, they pretty well get on stage and get their ass on in there. guaranteed they are winded, but that will take care of early, no combat, and we will have our last command draw. Make sure we're doing this all right. I think we all are. See whose turn it will be next, and it will be, ooh, we're here with the USA command marker, so it will be the Federal's turn as the last turn, July 1st, early afternoon. And the ones that move will be, of course, First Corps. Oh, right. This is great. Let me see here. What happened to Yule? Huh. What's going on with that? It's a special command marker. Oh, you can only get pulled when the Second Corps gets pulled. Was the Second Corps pulled? Oh, Second Corps won't come in because we delayed them. Heath? Where's the Second Corps? Let me see that. We'll be right back. Earliest I have Yule coming in is July 2nd, early morning, so we'll see if we pick up any more of those units. But yeah, he's not in the cup. Alright, what do we do at First Corps? Oh, no special, nothing special about them. They have no artillery. They're just going to roll a Federal Union die and see what we get. High die is needed. Oh yeah, it knocks it out of the park. So First Corps, go over here to the 6th spot, and look at that, they can move 10. Let me zoom you in here so y'all see I'm not lying. 10. So First Corps, 10 movement vectors. What are we gonna do? Getting surrounded there, boys. Be right back. All right, we got a little bit of a backup we got to do here because I'm looking at the edge of the board here, and when we activate First Corps, we also have some boys that got lost and some boys that got lost from 9th Corps, so they get a movement, an automatic movement we forgot to take care of, and we'll do that right now. Just one movement from this 9th Corps. I think they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Oh, we forgot how much they had though. Ooch. Let me check that out right back. All right, counting initial, what they call that, march movement. What is that? Reinforcements. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Reinforcement march movement. His maximum was 6, so Val had to space back. So then these old boys here can come in with a quarter movement per on the road right here. Now we can't move them here because they'd be adjacent. So they can't be adjacent to any unit when I use that reinforcement march movement. So they're up to date. Ooh, I don't know about... No idea. He just got pulled on up. And they got lost. So we got to find out what we do about... Is this their first movement? Or do we need to catch them up? We'll be right back. I think we got it now. And he rolled a 6 and got it hit it out of the park, as I said. So he has 8 movement points. This will be their reinforcement movement, and it's turn 2. Another thing, these units here don't come on until turn 2, so we didn't forget about anything. They just now were able to appear. So, 8 movement points times 4 is 32 maximum. We will do that right now. Hold on a second. Make sure everything's good. We'll be right back. All right. Well, unfortunately, this is key here. That I forgot about them, but it's all caught up to now. These old boys, this is where they would have got in their second movement. Well, I mean, I see that they got the spaces. Well, I guess they had their spaces like that because during their reinforcement march, they had to have a space left between them, and then when they went ahead with their regular movement, that's where they ended up. But during the 9th Corps movement, when we pulled the old boy here, that would have got them all the way up to here. This is as far as he can go. Now you can't be next to him, so the following unit would have been here. So here is the position of 9th Corps on the second day. Now Early's troops are going to come up from here. So they wouldn't have gotten to these spots because these spots already would have been occupied by the Union got there first. In other words, we forgot to bring them on, so that's a key part to the game integrity. So they would have been there. Now we can move Early's and find out where they end up. We'll be right back. All right, then, and with that situation, Early's troops faced a different situation. If we want to go in there and have hand-to-hand combat, fighting town, which we're totally outnumbered. Our troops haven't really gotten there yet. We're on our own. I moved them up to here. We're going to stop. Now, that does give me a disadvantage. I'm not next to any unit. We don't have combat. But what we're really eyeballing is the high grounds. Victory point hexes. Yeah, so different game. Everything's changed. It all changes. And it only changed because we forgot something. But now we rolled for First Corps. And they get 10 movement points. But we can't forget these boys. And the thing of it is, they're on turn 2, so they just now came into the game. So we didn't miss nothing. I thought maybe they were from turn 1, but they're just turn 2 reinforcements. Hence, turn 2 reinforcements. So there you go. These old boys had I'm guessing they had a reinforcement march on down here, and then this is just their regular movement, which was, I have no idea if it was 8. I thought they would have got further. But we'll just play it like this. And there you go. These are the stragglers. Now, the thing of it is, we all have to be within that command range, which we are. But these boys here aren't. You can always move normally outside of command formation, but you can't have combat. So, yeah, we'll stop Early's troops there. The Union got there first, which I think is historically the way it was. And we'll be back. All right, then the Reynolds less First Corps. He didn't survive after the first turn. Late morning, he must have been hit by a Confederate sharpshooter, but his units are consolidating up here. We will zoom in we have the high tactical efficiency ratings up there on the hill. More high ground taken here. And our weakened unit who sustained losses with the engagement with Buford's cavalry, we got them towards the back. Now, with his roll, or with the First Corps' roll of 10 movement points ahead of 6. They get 40 movement points on a reinforcement march. Meaning that these old boys here with their numbers 2, so they weren't supposed to come in till this turn. So I thought maybe we might have missed some, but we really didn't. We didn't miss anything. We're up to date. Everything's good to go. And 9th Corps was able to get into Gettysburg first, putting a CoG in Early's works. So 40 movement points on that road. Pretty much. It might even get them all the way up here with their compatriots and negate any penalty. But nobody's going to be fighting this turn anyway, so let's do that together. Quarter movement point times 10 is 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. We could stop there because we can't get next to our unit. But that gives them a good ways to go. So using reinforcement march, they can get up there with their buddies. So that's before, and here's the after. Gotta remember, don't ever wear a bathrobe when wargaming. Look, I've already nailed it down with one of my sleeves. So yeah. This thing's coming off here. Yeah, bathrobes and wargaming do not mix at all. All right, that is it. That'll take care of it. We got nobody else in the cup. So there you go. No combats this turn. No combats in the late afternoon. Huh. What's up with that? All right, we'll see. We'll be right back. Let me make sure we're doing everything right. And straighten up, do some house cleaning. We'll be right back. All right, little post turn 2 commentary. And it is the end of the early afternoon of July 1st. I don't know how it went historically, but here we are. And we'll be putting these leaders back in the command cup. But Early's troops were up here. Could not advance in. Didn't feel like going into Gettysburg. They got their eyes on bigger prizes. If not, the auto victory. CSA brigades exited off the map that way. That will be 1, 2, 3, 4 brigades. Meanwhile, 9th Corps, or 11th Corps, who knows what it is. 9th on the card, 11th on the chit. But they are spread out, not too bad. Still in command formation. None of them are more than 4 movement points away from each other. So that is the disposition of the, we'll call it the 9th Corps. Meanwhile, Buford and his cavalry consolidated, holding off. Rhodes and his infantry coming on up through the hills. And we have First Corps is the first line of defense against Pender. And what's left of old Heath. His units. Now, where did Heath go? Oh, Heath will come in this next turn. Yeah, he was delayed. So there you go. Some of his units are out there without him. But he's coming on in. That's it. We will take early. Ooh, 9th Corps. I don't know if that's Reynolds. No, I don't think so. Buford, First Corps, and Rhodes, Impender. With all their units here. The leaders going to the Command Cup. With more leaders coming in on the next turn. So the next turn is the late afternoon. All right, we'll have to roll for the... see if Lee comes in and the old Howard shit still is in effect. So that's what that's all about. But I think the only reinforcements coming in here look like they're Heath and the delayed Confederates. We will call that a video when we come back. It will be the beginning of late afternoon, July 1st, around Gettysburg. All right, well, as is tradition, here in the GWG channel, we have got a caveat, and luckily, or I don't know what to say, luckily I guess, it doesn't have anything to do with game integrity. But if you want to look on here, and this is just from, here you go, Glass's point of view, and maybe a little bit of printing on the map, but Early is supposed to come in at, ooh, you can see that number there next to the 2, second turn on Area E. Area E right here. So there you go. He wasn't supposed to come in down there. Now, Early didn't do 2 gun on his command, so he only had 4 movement points. So we can go ahead and do that. We'll redo the Early. He won't get up here anywhere. But another thing is, I guess when we rolled for them, they all made their spot. They didn't have to go to alternate spots. So Early, we will redo him. We want to do him according to his top tactical, which would be Gordon's brigade. The rest of them are all the same, but we will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, and then we will have to make a decision here. What we want to do, we can't get next to anybody. 1, 2, is there an advantage to getting more into Gettysburg? It definitely takes us away from our little licking our chops at some of these victory point hexes. I think these got Union troops written all over them. Would have been really nice for Early to get out, to have gotten a 10 and gotten over there so they can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and they can get out here. That'll be Early's. We might have to get him into Gettysburg. All right, well, these boys here can all go behind them, but they got to be at least 1 hex away from each other. Ooh, you could have a 2-stacker together, so we'll do something like this, and this. So then, this will be the final part of it. A little game errata, eyesight, and like I said, I don't know what I was looking at here. This is F, and this is F, and there's E, so who knows how many other mistakes I've been making. I, J, everything looks pretty good. They come in on the I, so I'm glad we caught that. Okay, well, that makes a big difference. Early's men are in Gettysburg. No combat yet. You can't have combat when you use that reinforcement march. But there they are. We will call that a video. And this will be the disposition of the forces. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a picture of what's going on here. Victory point hexes. Yep, but they're all Union. I'd say the Confederates, as it is historically, got a job ahead of them. Although, well, we already got our turn 2 reinforcements. All right, when we come back, a few more reinforcements, but more to come. Gettysburg, calling it a video. Back.